So I found a free lawnmower, and the best part was I didn't even have to use my favorite app to find it. And instead, I found it sitting on the curb with a free sign on it while driving through a neighborhood. But after getting it home and taking a good look at it, I soon realized why they gave it away. This mower was damaged and needed some parts, not to mention some time to fix it. In today's video, we're going to be looking at this Toro lawnmower. We're also going to be putting on the last few items it needs to run again, and also talk about the reality of picking up free items. Just to let you know, free items like this one are put on the curb and or posted online more often than you realize. And if you want to find them, all you have to do is look for them, but you'll have to beat other people who are also on the same hunt as well. But when you do find them, don't expect them to be in pristine condition. In fact, just assume the worst. Now this one wasn't too bad, however the blade was damaged along with the blade adapter. This happens a lot more often than you think, and it's easy to do, especially if the person using the mower didn't buy it. That statement is easy to understand because once you invest your own money into it, most will try and protect that investment. Unfortunately, this mower was missing this plate, probably an oversight when they replaced the blade. And you heard right, the blade that was on here was not the original, but a replacement, meaning they replaced it more than once. It really is unfortunate, but sometimes when mistakes happen, consumers might not learn from it and make the same mistake again, and this time they had to pass along the result. Now beside the blade adapter, and a missing battery door, the drive belt was also close to breaking. That meant if we wanted to keep using the self-propel, it needed to be replaced, which is just another cost to add to the invoice. Now the battery was already here, but it needed some work to make it usable again, but at least we didn't have to replace it. But what does need to be replaced was that missing cover, which technically it didn't need. However, that area for the battery would get filled with grass pretty quickly. Now being the cheap person that I am, I decided to make one from a piece of plastic I had lying around. That means you don't always have to buy new parts, but make sure what you use to replace it works well and holds up. So I did try to make it look like the original one, and I think I did an okay job, but a 3D printer would have been nice to use here. But all it had to do was to keep the majority of the grass clippings from making it into that area, and this should be good enough. Now there are certain parts that you will not be able to reproduce for whatever reason, and that's when it's going to cost you. I don't know how many times I've found free mowers missing the air filter, not to mention the cover for it, but sometimes it'll be missing vital parts as well. Sometimes it'll be missing the fuel cap, and other times it could be missing the recoil assembly, probably poached to be used on a different machine. That's right, what you just picked up was someone else's parts mower, and they've already gotten all the parts they need, and now they need it gone. Now the part you're looking at is not broken, however this spring is worn out and it's making the self-propel not disengage like it should. That means yet another cost to add to our ever-growing list, but without it, the machine will not work like it should. There's a good chance that the previous owner didn't even know this part was a problem. But since you want to make sure this machine works well, then the extra cost is definitely worth it. So here's the problem. You can replace all the missing parts, but what about replacing worn out parts? Now the blade on this mower was bent, so it needed to be replaced because it was causing the entire mower to shake. But what if the blade was badly worn, bad enough that in 1 or 2 seasons it could cause it to shake as well? In this situation, you have to leave it up to the person doing the repairs, and you can't blame them. The blade still worked in its current state, and they don't really have responsibility for future assurances. Now you don't have to agree with me, but I think it's a fair answer. This comes up quite often for the tires for the self-propel. The only problem is that the wheels and tires are much more expensive than most blades. Now these tires have visible tread on them, however after many seasons, that tread will disappear just like on your car. So on a vehicle, those treads are there to help move water and keep the tires in contact with the road. That means the car will be able to drive in the rain or slightly flooded roads, but remember that's at traveling speed, all of which does not apply to a lawnmower. But for some reason, when a prospective buyer sees bald tires, they get concerned and associate the worn tires with old age and possibly even with neglect. And in some cases, those buyers will ask for a lower price, which most times I'm okay with, just so long as it's not too low. But that brings us back to the problem. Would you ever just replace these wheels before putting the mower up for sale? Well, it depends. If the mower is in great shape, then a new set of drive tires will make it look even better. However, if the mower is kind of beat up and in rough shape, then a new set of tires might not make any difference. So what do I do for those mowers then? Well, sometimes I'll just take used tires from a parts mower that still have some tread on them and swap them. That means I'll make the best out of a tough situation and hopefully still get full asking price for it. Now I hope you don't think that the missing and worn out parts end with the blade and the tires. Oh no, it can go a lot further than that. I've seen and picked up mowers missing handles, cables, bales, side chutes, and even engine components. There are no limits here. The problem is that for every missing part on the mower is something you'll need to replace, which is not going to be cheap and could possibly increase the asking price too. Even though this mower was missing a few parts and needed some new parts to replace some damaged ones, it wasn't too bad. However, the only reason why is because I had to fabricate one part and use spares from a parts machine. But if I had to buy those parts, it would have increased the asking price by enough that it might have made it impossible to sell. That, of course, is something I don't want to have happen. We fix these machines to make them usable again. We try not to lose money on them if possible. So have I lost money on a sale before? Oh, you betcha I have, and it wasn't a good experience. But I was proud in knowing that the machine was working the way it was supposed to and would also last. Well, just so long as the new owner takes care of it. So what are the chances of the new owner taking care of it? Well, who knows, but there's a very good chance that it'll end up right back on the curb in the same situation again. There isn't much we can do about it. I mean, it is their machine, and if they want to not take care of it, I guess we'll just keep fixing it then. But here's the other problem, and that is, sometimes when they do try and fix it, they do it badly. They'll end up losing parts like the air filter cover, the oil dipstick, nuts and bolts, and sometimes the entire carb assembly. Now, for example, years ago, I bought a mower with a Honda engine on it. Now, it looked complete, however, after getting it home, it turns out it was missing several gaskets and the insulator for the carb. So I did the best I could with it because I didn't have any spare parts at the time, but that might have been the first time to see this problem. But unfortunately, it wasn't going to be the last time either, as it seems to happen about 20% of the time. For machines that are missing several parts, which could cost almost the asking price of the mower, well, the answer is simple. It becomes a parts machine. However, for those that are missing about $40 to $60 in parts, those are going to be the hard calls, mainly because of the thin margins on them. That's when you have to ask yourself, why are we even fixing them? Now, if it's only for profit, then it makes it simple. But if you're doing it for the challenge of this hobby, then you'll have to make some really tough choices then. I don't mind a good challenge, especially if there's a lot of reward at the end, but no one wants to waste their time and effort. So what about this mower then? It sure looked like I had to replace several parts, such as the blade adapter, the plate for the blade, and a spring. Well, the main reason was because of the great condition of the mower and the high price I could ask for it. What I'm saying is that basically it was worth it, and the profit after its sale was just icing on the cake. But what if this mower looked like it was pulled out of a pond after 2 years? Well, as you might have guessed, it would have been a parts machine then. But keep this in mind, just because you couldn't fix it and sell it doesn't mean it's just junk. So my question is, have you ever picked up a project that was too far gone to be fixed, and if so, whatever happened to it? Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your time here. Please feel free to ask me any questions about this project or about your own projects, and I hope to see you in the next video.